Hello, friends. I'm back today to talk about the next chapter of my book, which I think were the best years of my life from 1980 to 1987 when I moved out of the marital home and bought this little called garage kind of small apartment in Pali Hill in a place in a building called Green Acres next to Sunil Dutt's bungalow. I had at that time when I moved out from the marital home, I had looking for a place to live in, and I found this little outhouse garage kind of thing, and in front was Amjad Khan's office, and at the back was a little outhouse, which is like a garage kind of thing, and it's about 300-400 square feet, which I bought for 1 lakh of rupees because I needed a place to stay. So when I bought this, I furnished it very nicely, and it was a little living room, a bedroom, and a small kitchen and a very small toilet, which was enough for me. And I moved in there, did up the place, but not realizing that this place is going to become the hub of so many strugglers and newcomers who were struggling to make it big in movies. How did this happen? This all happened by chance. I was in my house and I was sitting and I was walking out, and I didn't have a place to park my car. And there was one place right in front of me on the ground floor which was empty. And I asked the security guard, whose place is this? He said, there's the gentleman on the third or the fourth floor. One name is Mr. Mahesh Bhatt, but he doesn't own a car. And this place is his. So when he was walking down with his little newborn son, Sunny, and Pooja Bhatt, who was very small that time, used to go for a walk, and he always wore chappals. He met me and I casually started talking to him, and we became friends. And I said, Mahesh ji, this parking place of yours is empty. Can I park my car here? He said, yeah, sure. You can park your car, no problem. So I started parking my car there, and we became friends. We started talking, and then he came over home, and we sat down and started talking and became very close. And I found him to be a very interesting person. And he was in between of, he had just completed a film called Earth, which you have all heard about, and was trying to sell it. His producer friend Kuljit Pal, whom I met later on, and he was very, very intense human being, and he found my life very interesting. When I told him, he said, how come you moved from Churchgate to Pali Hill? And I told him my whole story about it, and he found it very interesting. And Mahesh's habit is that once he latches on to you and clutches you on, he will squeeze every detail out of it. And that is where he gets the reality from his stories, of his movies. Like Earth. Earth is like a biopic of his, which is what he experienced his life with. So similarly, when he got out this, and then subsequently, I found out that he was fond of drinks, but we used to have Indian whiskey. My girlfriend, who was flying, used to fly for a foreign airline. When she used to come, she used to always bring 2 bottles of Black Label with her, always carrying with her. And after a while, when Mahesh found out that I have serving Black Label, he got very happy कि यार मेरे को Black Label whiskey मिल रही है. And he started frequenting the house every evening where he knew he was going to get whiskey. That's how the whole friendship circle started. Then he brought in Kulbhushan Kharbanda, who was the main lead in this film, who was also those days struggling. We became very close friends. Then slowly his brother Mukesh came, Mukesh Bhatt, And कार वहाँ चलता गया और बढ़ते गया. And after that, other friends started coming in. Mark Zubair came in, Dipti Nawal came in, Shafi Namdar came in, Dilip Tahil came in, and Anil Kapoor, who was also struggling in those days, came in. And sometimes Sanjay would come from next door. And we used to sit and drink till 4, 5 in the morning. And I'm a teetotaler. So I never drank. But I used to come down to their level till 4, 5 in the morning, and they used to drink like a fish. And I used to come to their level and sit down with them and get all their stories and everything about, and all their frustrations and all their stories out, which I remember even today. And we used to have fun. And next morning they all used to feel, हम ज़्यादा तो नहीं बोल गए. मैंने कहा तुमने तो बहुत बोल दिया, लेकिन ये सब मेरे जहन में आ गया, and I can use this against you anytime I want to. But all said and done, they were a lovely bunch of people struggling, and to some extent I came in. And then another gentleman came into my life, was Anupam Kher, who was also struggling those days, where he used to come every morning in the auto. I used to give him breakfast, and then he used to go up to Mahesh and everything, and we became very close friends also. And I think I've been, he's already done an interview with me, which I've released, where I have been a very important part of his life, where I think I was responsible for him getting Saransh with Mahesh, that made history, and he became the Anupam Kher, where he did over 550 films or whatever, and became a good friend. So all these people whom I met during that course of 80 to 87 have left such an impression on me. And all of them whom I meet even today, even Jagjit, who used to come, all of them remember those days with great memory, great fondness, great love. And they said, you were the one who helped us, gave us support and all that, because all of them, and I tried to help all of them in any way possible, not financially, emotionally, mentally, whatever way one can. But it was such a lovely feeling to have those days when we were all sitting in that little hall, close together, because the hall was so small. We had no choice but to be close, and that closeness brought us still closer and made us feel so bonded and loved that we still talk and remember and meet and remember those days. One memory which I remember, which stands out even today, is we were all sitting one day and having a nice time when there was a call from Mr. Rajesh Khanna from Kaka. Now Kaka, as I told you before, was very well known to me and also related to me in manner. My cousin brother had married his real sister Lata. He wanted to meet Mahesh and wanted to discuss the project with him. So Mahesh was basically his own man. He was bindas, He was then Rajesh Khanna was superstar. So I said, Mahesh, jao bhai. Rajesh Khanna wants to meet you. It's a big thing. It will be a big break for you. So reluctantly he went, and Rajesh Khanna came to pick him up. So when I saw him, I met him, and Mahesh went with him in his car, and they went off. After about 1 hour or so after he went, I found Mahesh back, ring the bell, and my friend Mahesh alone. I said, Mahesh, kya hua? He said, I came back, I left the place. I said, what happened? He says, no, I can't work with him. I can't work with him. So why? He said, nahi, nahi, but I said, Rajesh, Mahesh, this is your chance of a big break with a superstar. If he gives you a break, you're done for life. He said, no, this is not my style of working. My thoughts don't agree, and just forget it. Let's have a drink and end it. Now this was Mahesh Bhatt, his own person. He had his own thoughts, his own mind, his own thing. And for him to refuse for a film with a superstar like Rajesh Khanna, you can imagine what kind of a person he is. And he still is, his own person. So this is one of the episodes I remember very distinctly, with my stay there. Of course, there are many episodes which I have, which I can't disclose them because they were all under the influence of a evening or alcohol or whatever. But this is one occasion where I just wanted to tell you what a person Mahesh Bhatt is. What a great brain he is. What a genius he is. But as a director, as we all know, that all of the directors who are geniuses, and you can name them from Yash Chopra to Goldie Goldie Anand, to Mahesh, to B.R. Chopra, to whoever it is, because of their intensity, at some point of time they all burn out. They all burn out because their genius of thinking and vision is so big that at some point of time or sometime, it's burnt out. It's like you just can't think anymore, you can't dream anymore, you can't make anymore. And this has happened to everybody, and history has proved this over a period of time. Why Yash Chopra stopped making films, why B.R. Chopra stopped directing films, why Subhash Ghai stopped directing films, because technology changed, times changed, thoughts changed, the pulse of the people changed, and everybody feared that their films would not run because their thoughts were what they were at that period of time. So I think that's what happened, and rightly Mahesh stopped directing films at the right time and gave way to others. And this is what I wanted to tell you something about directors, especially about Mahesh. So this, in short, is my story of my 80 to 87 when I was there, before I moved out of Pali Hill, and all of them prospered. All of them, without exception, all of them prospered. Anupam Kher, Kulbhushan became what he became. Mark Zubair knows no more, may his soul rest in peace, also became successful. Dipti Naval, Anil Kapoor, and Shafi Namdar, Dilip Thayer, all of them, they all became very successful people. And Mahesh, of course, rose to dizzying heights and is now become a legend in the industry. But I'm so proud and blessed to have met them and seen and learned so much from them, and parted some of my knowledge of whatever little I knew to them. And it's good to see that they still remember that. With that, I'd like to end today's podcast. Thank you so much.